Everyone, my name is Stephanie and you're welcome to my channel. So I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this inner dress, so underdress. So if you're interested to know how I made this, keep watching till the end and don't forget to subscribe, like and share as well. So this is the fabric that I have. I have this 1 yard of royal blue doll face that I'll be using for the underdress. So I've gone ahead to fold the fabric into 4, both the back and the front piece together. So I've divided her shoulder of 15 inches, her shoulder. I've divided it into 2 and then I've gone ahead to mark there, and then the neck width I'm making use of is 4.5 because on the dress she's actually wearing it on, the wideness is 4, so by the time I fold it, it's going to be even more wider than this so that it will not be showing. So the depth I'm making use of on the dress was actually 4.5 inches, but I'm making use of 6 inches for the depth for this one, okay, and it's going to be the same thing for both the back and front. So I'll go ahead and mark the 6 inches and then connect it all the way to the 4.5 that I marked from this side. You remember I'm actually going to be folding the main fabric itself, so the measurement the width will actually expand more. So now I went down by 1 inch for shoulder slope and slanted it, and then went down by 7.5 for the armhole. And I actually wanted to measure and I discovered that the down part was shortened, so I'm just going to mark a starting point from here, eliminating the 1/2 inch at the upper side so that like the short part, the back will not be shortened, the other part that is down will not be shortened. Okay, so I'm just trying to adjust all the measurements back so that we'll have it all the measurements intact, like the shoulder slope, and now from that starting point I went down by her half length is not actually 15, it's 16, so I corrected that 16 inches. I wanted to mark the 16 inches, and then from that 16 inches from the waistline I went down by 8 inches for her hip point. So now for the full length of the dress I will start the measurement from that starting point all the way to the downside as well. So the full length that I'll be making use of is 35 inches, but because there is going to be folding and sewing allowance, so I'm just making it to be the 36 inches. I'll just allow the 36 inches to be there. So now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to just draw this up, and I'm going to be minusing about 1/2 inch. I actually minused about 1/2 inch from there because it's going to be like an armless top, so I did the effect at the downside as well, and it's going to still be folding. I'm actually going to be folding from the armhole side as well. So I divided the armhole by 2, marked the midpoint, and then went in by 1/2 inch. That's going to be for the front, and then I'm going to be dividing her bust measurement by 4. Alright, so divide her bust measurement by 4. I'll mark it, add 1 inch for ease and 1/2 inch for sewing allowance, so I added 1.5 inch altogether. So on the waistline as well, I'll go ahead and divide her waist measurement by 4. I'll mark it, add 1.5 inch for sewing allowance as well, 1 inch for ease, 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. I'll divide her hip as well by 4, mark it, mark 1.5 inch for ease and 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. So if you want the underdress to be even more free, you can add 2 inches of ease. Okay, if you want it to be really free, add 2 or 2.5. So from what I have there on the hip line, I'm going to be transferring it to the hem of the dress. It's just going to be straight. Okay, so I'll just connect it to the hip line, just the same way you see like that. So the next thing is just for me to connect the measurement, connect the armhole just the same way you see like this. That's going to be for the front, and then for the back is just going to be like that. I'll just connect it like that. So use my rulers to connect from the bust point to the waist, from the waist to the hip point, and then to the hem of the dress, just the same way you see like this. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut out everything with my scissors, following the marked lines of measurements. And the neckline as well, the neckline of the back and the front is going to be the same thing. So I've gone ahead to cut it. So when I was cutting the armhole, I cut the back first, so I'll just remove it and place it, and then complete cutting the front one. Okay, so I don't end up cutting the both of them together. So this is what I have after I was done cutting. So now I'll be placing the right sides facing each other, and I'll go ahead and sew on the shoulder line by 1/2 inch. After sewing it, this is what I had. So I'll be folding it just a bit around the neckline because it's already joined, so I'll just fold it. I'll double fold it, just something tiny, okay, round. But if you have your bias, it's actually better. I was not having bias at this point, so I had to just fold it. So I'm going to also be folding from the armhole as well. So if you have a bias, you can fold and you can use the bias to actually turn it. Okay, so this is what I had after I was done folding from the armhole and then the neckline. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'll also be placing it the right sides facing each other. I'll turn it and place it like this, and I will just go ahead and sew half of an inch on my sewing machine. I'll just neatly arrange it, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew half an inch from both sides. So when I'm actually done sewing the sides, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to be double folding the downside. Okay, just double fold the downside. You see, I will just sew it, place it like that, and sew it all the way around. You see where I actually marked where the length is going to stop. So this is what I had after I was done sewing the sides. As you can see, I sewed by half an inch and then folded the downside as well. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so now I will just take it to a weaver because I don't have a weaving machine. I will take it to a weaver and weave it because it's actually this thing is actually coming out already. So after doing that, this is what I had. Right, I'm done with the dress. I also wanted to neatly iron it so that it's placed in place, and this is the end result of this inner gown or underdress. Okay, so please, if you are still here, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share this video. So this is the length I actually wanted. If you want it longer, you make it longer. Bye.